Hello and welcome everyone. I hope you are well. Welcome to my episode 50 something. Don't know what number it is, but it's definitely in 50s. And I would like to talk today about connections and relationships and how to navigate those. I know one of my episodes that I talk about the relationships and connections had the most was one of the most listened to episode, and I can see that from the stats. So definitely something that everyone is interested in, and everyone try to understand and I guess make it better. I was just listening to a little bit, just the beginning, because I find sometimes I find them irritating. So there is this relationship coach, the love something, and then there is the other one, the angry coach, and they do talk about relationships from the male perspective. And I don't know, I find it the male energy there is quite dominative, I guess. And also, what I don't resonate with in those is that they are quite self-assured, and also in that they have quite a lot of female energy as well. So it's like an angry female slash egoistic male energy, but obviously they do have lots of followers and lots of listeners, and it is interesting. I don't follow them, but because of the algorithm, they come to my feed on Instagram a lot. So every now and then I do listen to them, and some of the things that they say are quite interesting. Another relationship coach that gained a lot of followers was Jillian. I forgot, but Jillian Turecki, I think. Funnily enough, she has a Polish surname. It's a very Polish surname. I don't know her origins, and she has gained a lot of followers since I've been following her, and somehow I kind of stopped resonating with her. But in the beginning, when I was a couple of years ago, in fact around 5 or 4 years ago, when I started listening to her, she didn't have millions of followers, and I really like the fact that she is very feminine, she is very authentic, and she's quite fragile, I'd say, and she's very much in the feminine, in her feminine state. I think also that, or I feel that now when she gained more followers, she is, how do I describe it? How do I feel about it? She is just very confident, and and the confidence kind of knocked the authenticity out. But again, these are just my feelings, and I don't follow her anymore. I guess maybe I passed that bridge, or I am on a different resonance, or I prefer to be more spiritual in my approach rather than kind of psychological, and this is the brain is saying that, or some psychological terms and things like this. Or maybe that I am just not heavily overcoming a breakout or breakup, or thinking heavily about a relationship. What I wanted to talk to you about today is more friendships. It's because I have seen and I have experienced a couple of things the last couple of days or weeks within my own friendships, and also observed a few things that gave me the thoughts, and also triggered me a lot and taught me about myself. And I think this is the main thing also. When we go through things like this, we tend to concentrate on the other person and the thing that we think that this person should do or don't do, or say or don't say, or behave or work on themselves, where I always try and sometimes with less success or with more success, think about myself, how I am in this relationship, how I showed up, what are my triggers, what I have been through, and this shift the attention and focus from the other person, because as we all know, we cannot control the other person, and the other person is not someone that we can save. And as on the plane, and we always say that first you have to put your own mask on if there is an issue on the plane, your own oxygen mask on, and then we can think about other people. And I remember when I was in relationship and I was moaning trying to find help, not moaning, that's kind of depreciative, but I was trying to find help from other people, and almost each and every person who was outside of the relationship was saying, think about yourself, take care about yourself first, do things that make you happy, do not hang out on this person and make this person your whole life, because it's not good for you. Take care of yourself first. And I totally couldn't understand this, because I was so merged with the other person, and this other person was my whole life, and I put the person on pedestal, and I was trying to interpret everything was this other person was doing, and totally forgetting about myself. I know that feeling inside yourself and looking for your triggers, and you looking for your areas of development while dealing with another person, while connecting or not connecting, or even disconnecting from another person, is really much harder, but also much in a long term beneficial for you. And that's really the only way. First of all, if you say something to the other person and they are not ready to take it on, they will not take it on. So the only person you can really influence, especially in kind of heated moments, is yourself. And the only person you have ability to calm down, to work on, is yourself. And this is the only person that you should start with first. So with this friend, this relationship was fluctuating over many years. We started off as I mentioned, when we were children, and I am a bit older, and I always admired this person because she's really beautiful and really clever and wise, and I love having relationships or friendships with people like that, with people that I admire, not necessarily maybe always beautiful, but clever, wise, people that I can learn something from, people that I admire, and this friendship pushes me to be better myself. Obviously we have different friendships, and sometimes it's me who pushes people and supports people, because obviously everything is always up and down, and things changes. There are periods in people's life when they want to rely on you, when they want to have your support, and obviously you do give the support, and I enjoy giving the support. And I do see myself, while I am on the spiritual journey, when I am asked and when I am confined on or in, I can see that they really listen to me, and does bring me lots of joy if I can help, if I can share my experience. And this is exactly what I am doing here with you now. It's your free will. You take from it whatever you want to, and that's how I treat my friends. And obviously I look at them and I look at their experience and what they share with me, and I take things that I can build on myself. Is like, I would say, like a woman's circle, right? Women used to sit in circles and they used to share, and I know women love that, love this sharing, and love well, I don't know, I think I was listening to a podcast and someone said it was gossiping, right? Saying this happened to her and da. Actually, if you are not hurting someone, the relying and the passing on information is a teaching. How often you hear someone saying about someone else, you know, this happened to her, and this is how she reacted, and this was, and you know, and you take it on, and you take on those lessons, and you either say, I would never do something like this, or you say, that was so clever, you know, I have something to learn from this person. She goes through this pain, she goes through this joy, she was working really hard on this promotion. So it inspires you, right? If you really are aware of yourself, if you worked with your shame, with your jealousy, the things like this can really inspire you. So I do this all the time. I had to work a lot with my shame and with my jealousy, and also embrace it and transform jealousy into inspiration, joy, but also understand that the jealousy comes from shame, comes from undermining myself, and looking at someone who is successful, who looks like they have beautiful life, who are beautiful, especially in the kind of third or fourth decade of your life, when you have gone through this experience, is really helpful. So listening to the stories of some other people and kind of passing them on, hopefully without any without the intention of hurting someone. But this shows you that everyone comes through hurtful experience. Everyone comes through pain. Everyone comes from through ups and downs, and this is also what media show us, right? Celebrity, they go through divorces, they go through low periods, they go through addictions, they go through losing people, places. So all of us do that, and looking at someone who appears so successful, so beautiful, everything is going on for them, and then you look a little bit closer, or you find out or you speak to this person, and you find that they have pain, they have insecurities, they have hurtful moments, they have been rejected. So this is what talking and talking to other friends and looking at them looks like. And so going back to this person, I went through all of this that I just explained with this person. I was really so this friend was always, and still is to this very day, is looks like Angelina Jolie, is very beautiful, has got everything going on for her, is very intelligent on many in many areas, and yeah, I was always admiring this person. This person also has tendency to talk about herself a lot, be kind of self-centered a lot, and yeah, and like myself, has got her own issues. The relationship kind of fluctuated from me being really amazed by this person and this person having a really good life. And I actually ended up where I am now because of this friend, because I came to London to visit her or to stay with her when I was really young, and she was then for holidays in London, and I just ended up staying here. So really, I am here because of this. Because of I was courageous to kind of approach this person. We were not that close back then, and then we became close, and then we kind of parted. I stayed in London. She was living in her country, and had beautiful marriage, or what started like a beautiful marriage and kids, and then the kind of marriage separated, and then she became really close to me because we have shared experience. So I was thinking about the things like this, so kind of parting and then coming back together through shared experience, so resonating on the same wavelength, because this person is also on the on her journey, or on her self-development journey. Actually, she started some psychology courses. And I am not saying it with judgment. I just want to stress that this journey is not maybe as spiritual as mine. And I think that people in my life now are taking some of my spirituality. That's how I am sensing it. I might be wrong, but I want to listen to my intuition. They don't have perhaps that much of the spirituality, or by spirituality I mean thinking about things outside the mental kind of box, and the almost the scientific box. So things that you feel, things that you manifest, things that you affirm, things that your intuition say, meditation, so things that cannot really be measured as such. So I think that my friends that I have now, and I don't have that many of them, but I would like to think that they are quite close. And also I don't really have many friends where I'm here. Most of my friends are kind of all over the world. So they take this spirituality of me. And actually another digression is that this the love coach that I mentioned in the beginning of my podcast, with the angry love coach, whatever, they were having the podcast together. It wasn't even a podcast, I think it was like a live on Instagram, and they said they found each other. They obviously talk about the same things, so relationships, from a little bit different perspective, a little bit different kind of masculinity point. The one is the angry one is I think is almost as closer to me, as I'd say more authentic and doesn't irritate me as much, but I tend to listen to the one that triggers me more. But anyway, they were saying they found each other. They maybe they both from Canada. They both talk about the same things. They both can have the same quite big following, and they found each other because they are on the same resonating point. And I was thinking how lovely it would be to find someone that is similar, on a similar way to myself. So the spiritual way, the self-development way, the I don't know, even the podcast way, or living closer, so that I can have this sort of experiences with them. So that's what I am manifesting, I think. And this also inspired me to talk to you today. So coming back to my friend, there was couple of things when we kind of bickered, and I found her behavior towards me maybe condescending, or sometimes a bit passive aggressive. And lately, couple of days ago, we kind of had a big fallout, and I I am really considering if it's a good choice to keep her in my life as it is. How shall I communicate my boundaries when I know that they are not going to be fully understood? That's what I mean. And also how to communicate to her things I am not happy with, and if it's worthy, if it's really beneficial to say that, if the fact that she is not going to understand them worth my energy, to put this energy out. After things happen, I received lots of messages from this person, long messages. I haven't received anything like this for a long time, when someone is obviously aggravated, and it's not a phone call, it's not even a voice note. These are just long text messages. They long text messages, unless it's, I don't know, I don't even know why you would have a need to send a long text message that goes forever on your phone and someone reading it. I haven't done this for a long time. I would much rather just call someone, or maybe leave a voice note, or meet face to face, because these things are not, you cannot argue with someone over text message, over long text messages. The meaning is going to get lost. You don't see the body language. It's just, there's no point doing things like this. And I only say that because I have done it, I guess, in the past. I guess you have to learn through your experience that it's not beneficial. It's not going ever to diffuse the argument, I think. This is a very basic communication method over text messages, and anything serious like this shouldn't be resolved, and is never going to be resolved through text messages, unless your communication style is to the point. Say something, one sentence, and then say you will communicate it later over a phone call or face to face. So I found it quite, if I can be judgmental, quite childish. When she messaged me like this, and obviously I was very triggered, and I could really see how my body reacted. So my stomach was in knots, my heart was kind of beating hardly, and I was just in a little bit of perhaps fight or flight. Yeah, I definitely felt it in my stomach, when especially that those text messages were received in the morning, and I felt rejected, I felt not understood, I felt yes, totally misunderstood. I felt that there is no respect, totally disrespected, and all those things I had to digest and transform, I guess, within myself to, and I felt angry as well. So I am really, really grateful that I was working, and am working with myself to the point that I can work with all those feelings, and I guess I am less judgmental, and I guess I am less shameful, but it does not mean that I am that it hurts less, or I am less panicky. It's just I acknowledge those feelings, I see them, I let them pass, and I also feel them, and I know what tools to use to diffuse them more than before. And I didn't react straight away. I said I just have to sit with those feelings, I have to sit with those messages, And yes, I still didn't respond. I'm still kind of digesting them. I guess I am leaning more towards just accepting that, and accepting that this person is like that. But I don't want to voice it over text, because like I said, it's just very hard to communicate, especially such important things like that through the text messages. I guess it would be good to have conversation. I also don't want to be disrespected anymore, so I have to think about how to communicate my boundaries. And it really made me think about what I expect from relationships, how the relationships and friendships that last for a long time, what do they mean to me? What does it mean to be in sync and be on the same wavelength, and how the wavelengths and the syncing kind of comes and goes sometimes. The last story, I guess, and again, this is a circle, not necessarily only women. I don't know my audience that well. I don't know if listeners are men or women, but it doesn't matter. The other story was about a person who achieved success in her life, who had a really well running business, and all her friends from her childhood, they didn't achieve such a success. They were waiting, they didn't do anything. Some of them were receiving some sort of financial help from government. So where they started as children on kind of similar level, not all of them went ahead as far as this person with the really well prospering business and so on. And not only that, those people who were kind of left in the same space that they started with, they were expecting things from this person who had a really good business. So they were expecting that she would pay for meals. They were really jealous, and I guess they were expressing that. So this person was really saying that she lost all her friends and she doesn't have anyone, that she cannot stay with the same friend group, but going and being by herself, not having anyone, was scary, and it was painful as well. So not being on the same resonance level while the other, and kind of keeping yourself then from the fear of being alone, is never good. You can do whatever. You can try helping those people, you can try kind of bringing them up, you can give them money, you can support them. If they don't want to move, if they are still kind of judgmental and looking to you with jealousy, that I guess you feel that, right? It's not healthy jealousy. It's almost a jealousy like, come back to where we are, how dare you being better, how dare you better yourself up and leaving us here. This type of jealousy, there's no other way but cut from that. And yes, being on yourself, being by yourself is it is painful, because, and that's why all the love coaches and relationship coaches and even my podcast, that's why it's listened to the most, because relationships are so important. And breaking up friendship and breaking up relationships and feeling like you are not resonating, like you are not on the same level anymore, is painful. But the relationships are for something. They are for bringing each other up. They are for supporting each other and inspiring each other, and looking how this other person is learning and how this other person is developing through sometimes pain, because we always develop through painful experience, through everyday struggle, and so that you can look at that and I'll either take strength from that, or take something, or give something from yourself. But this has to be sort of in the balance has to be sort of even though, you know, there are long times when the one person is taking from you, you know, for a longer period, when they are suffering, but it cannot continue with the disbalance or imbalance for long time. You always have to also take care of yourself first. And if you're hurting, and if the hurt is prolonged, then you have to do something about this. So I will let you know what happened with this friend. I am kind of really learning about myself in this situation, and trying not to be judgmental, and but also trying to set my own boundaries and see who I am in this relationship, what I want to what there is in this relationship for me, because to be honest, we always get something from relationships. The relationships are I don't want to call it transactional, but in a way we form relationship with specific people who resonate with us, people who are on the similar wavelength. And it could be for different hundreds of reasons, and some of those reasons is that we are similar, and some of those reasons are that we are totally different, and the other reason is that we find in that person something that we think we lack, or we think we would like to learn from them. So yes, that where that this balance appears, like with my friend, where I now remember things that I was not happy with, and I am kind of doubting the real reasons behind this relationship. That's where the cracks are, and that's where kind of this resonance appears. So yes, I hope this helped you with anything that you're going through, and I speak to you soon in one of my other podcasts. Have a really lovely day. Bye.